cheap or free, and we turn it into home decor that we use at our house or that we sell at our shop or our website at JRVhome.com.
We've got this dresser that was in the house while we were building it. I used it to keep all the plumbing stuff in.
And electrical.
Yeah, and it was broken before we got started.
Anybody, well, it wasn't super broken, it just wasn't in great shape, but raise your hand if anybody loses plumbing electrical parts while they're working on a project. So I bought this dresser for 30 bucks because I thought it'd be a great way to organize switch plates, plumbing, coupling, all those kinds of things. And it really served its purpose well, but after an 18-month house renovation, it was on its last legs. I was like, let's just toss it. I'm like,
all
no,
the drawers are falling apart like
we
this.
have to save it.
One of the drawer bottoms was so bad, I just pitched it. You can see here, it's got these grooves from sliding up and down. So we're gonna fix it as best we can. I'm missing one piece that I do not have. I gotta go to the hardware store and get some thin, tiny 1/4-inch board to go on the bottom of one of the drawers. I don't have that, but it's pretty simple. You just cut out a rectangle, slide it in, and I'll show you some of that.
Still has the original price tag. We bought it out of somebody's garage for $30. Which was maybe overpaying a little bit, but it was in much better condition before we got to it. We're going to be decoupaging with some of the new JRV papers that just came out. The papers and the paint are at JamiRateVintage.com. That's our DIY project website. So Zeb's going to get started fixing the drawers. People are always asking for drawer repairs. And I'm going to get started doing the sides because I'm going to paint the inside of each inset in beadboard so that way I can decoupage over it. Decoupage always looks brighter and whiter over the top of white paint. And then we're going to do Salty Kiss on the outside of each square and the fronts of the drawers and probably the top too, and then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. That's where we're getting started here today. So a fun, bright summer project.
And I had glue, and I don't know where it got off to getting set up here, so I will be right back.
All right, that's all right. Well, you guys can watch me. You guys can watch paint dry. If I can open the can. All right. So we didn't realize this when we launched our decoupage paper line because honestly we hadn't done that much decoupage, but it definitely looks better over the top, oops, there's a drip, of white paint. We get asked a lot about sanding and what, oh, this is really too much paint on this. Anyways, we get asked a lot about sanding and whatnot. The DIY paint sticks to pretty much everything. And this is just an undercoat, so I'm not super worried about perfection. It's just so that way the decoupage paper stands out. And I'm gonna try to get out of, do you guys ever get paint like in the corners? It like goops up in the corners and then it never dries.
Fair warning, the top probably needs a pretty good scrub before you put brush to a dresser.
I'm probably just gonna work on the sides for right now.
Okay. All right, so Jami is precariously up there where I was gonna work.
I told you you're gonna have to work on that
So
side.
we're gonna come over here and you're gonna have to just pretend like you can see her painting that thing white.
Well, I mean, they've seen me paint
It's
white
super
stuff.
exciting, I know. These repairs are gonna be fairly straightforward. I'm not gonna go crazy gluing and clamping them. We're gonna start on this drawer first. I've got all the drawer faces and it's older. It's all tongue and groove. These are routered, so it's not hand cut, it's not that old. This board here, the runner is broken on it. What I do with that once I get the bottom on is I put another little piece right up underneath here, and that helps keep it running smooth and flat. That's why this drawer, you can see it's got this groove from sliding on the front catch to keep it from running over. It's almost all the way through the board. I'll fix that so it doesn't get worse, but for now we're just gonna glue this back together. Okay, what can you guys see? Let me back you up here real quick. So drawers are pretty easy, and some people will be like, no, don't nail those, you just glue them, the glue will hold it. And that is true, but for the sake of holding it together while the glue dries, we're gonna use some nails in this. And I've got my nailers out. If you don't have fancy nailers, you can just clamp these together or use a ratchet strap to hold them tight. But I am gonna nail mine together while a little bit of this glue dries. And you can even just hammer a nail in. You don't have to have...
Let me get my safety glasses on over here.
Yeah, come on, safety Jami. You don't have to have all the fancy tools, and it's taken me years to acquire these. So don't sweat it if you don't have them. I did not start out with these.
You can use Harbor Freight tools, we did.
Okay, so right here, this board, I have this left. I'm actually going to put that right in there. And I am gonna glue this piece because this is not gonna get nailed. I'm just gonna do a healthy amount of glue on there. There's all sorts of glues. I use Tite Bond 2. It's a really good wood glue. If you're going to need it to be outdoors, I would use Tite Bond 3. It's rated for outdoor use and can even get wet a little bit. All right, so that slides down right there. Make sure it's mostly lined up. If you got a rag handy, you can use that to wipe off your excess glue so it's not running all over. I just typically use my finger. So the next impulse is to glue these sides. Don't glue those sides. You want that to be able to expand and contract. So what you do is you just do a couple nails in the back, some nails in the front, and that should hold your bottom in place, the bottom of your drawer. And now,
I'm always trying to hold my bottom in place.
Jamie's got to hold her bottom in place. She's over here off camera with the jokes.
Hey, you know, I gotta keep things lively during the repair. Oops.
I don't even have comments up. Do you have comments?
I probably do, but I'm...
All right, so this is routed out. Perfect. We're gonna slide this in. I'm gonna probably do one side. So on this, I am. Oh, look, someone's already nailed this. There's already a nail in there.
As soon as I'm done painting this.
I'm gonna have to get that out. Give me just a second to find some pliers.
Caitlin should be on here answering, but I'm gonna paint this and then I'll get back to any questions, comments, concerns, complaints.
Luckily, I've got pliers in just about every drawer in the house.
Somebody'd be like, why are you painting an antique?
Yeah.
Did you clean that first?
We're painting a 1940s dresser.
I blew it off. The clay paint has dirt in it, so it's just more of what's already in it.
All right, I had to get that out. So you want to make sure that these are all clean. There's not any weird old glue or anything. You can see for the most part that this is all broken out. Nice anyway, the glue was old. Oh. Maybe this goes on the other one. That's broken out different. That might go on the other drawer. Okay. It's old enough that it's got a keyhole. All right, on with the repair.
I'm like, do people often lock up the crap in their dresser?
So they used to lock it up because several people lived in the same room. So it would come.
Like at boarding houses?
Yeah, like a boarding house or something.
I mean, I'd like to lock up my treats for my kids.
I mean, if you really want it into a wood dresser, I don't know that the lock is that effective. It just helps keep the honest people honest. We don't have the key for this. All right, glue in all the cracks there. And then this slides in from the side. Okay. If you don't have tongue and groove, it might actually be a little easier because now I've got to line this back up all at once. And try to play Jenga with it.
Until you have to try to inset this decoupage paper. I'm painting it, but I'm saving that for you.
You're, all right, so we lost it. We lost this piece up in here.
It's a goner.
We did. It's
How do you know
broken
what you're
off.
talking about?
Okay, so this piece fell off on me.
Your nail guns.
I might need like six hands here. Live TV, folks. All right. One side at a time. Okay, that side's in nice.
And guess what? This is one more piece off the back porch. My goal is by the time cold weather comes to have that porch cleaned off.
All right, that's in there nice and tight on that side. And then this is the side that's giving me fits because it wants to curl out of the groove here. May have to set it down. All right, come on, work with me here.
I hear that if you talk, you talk to plants, it helps them grow. If you talk to your furniture, it helps it repair. I'm just fixing some splotches where I got green where I didn't want it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's perfect because it's getting decoupaged, but. Okay.
Slide that up in. We're getting there. We're almost there with the drawer Jenga. And sometimes, and I might do this off camera, I'll just make a piece of board that fits down up in the recess and nail it in from the sides, because it's easier than trying to get this 1/4 inch little board to fit up in there. And it's going to be pretty wobbly from the looks of it anyway, so we might have to do that on this one. You see how this is moving around? It's shrunk over the years. That's probably why the drawer is falling apart. All right, it seems complicated.
Oh, super chat from Ruth and Ruby. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for the super chat.
Good thing I pulled up comments.
Yeah, good job. It looks complicated, like I was gonna be like a real pain, but I just made it look harder than it was, like all flopping it all around.
Zeb, we have some questions. Kimberly wants to know, can I put wood glue over plastic wood putty?
Yeah, the plastic wood works with wood glue typically. Okay. All right, now we let that sit while that glue dries and you don't touch it. I actually am not gonna put any nails in this because even without a clamp, I've got the drawer tight because it's so dried out, it's just fitting together.
Barbara has a good question. How can you tell if the dovetail is machine made or hand done?
I'll show you. So, let's see this drawer right here. So on a hand cut dovetail, this is machined, right? Because you can see the router bit went down and recessed in. On hand cut, you're gonna have little grooves and etches where the chisel goes in, and they're gonna be close to uniform because the guys that are doing it are really pretty good at it. But they'll be slightly off, and these are recessed up in. So router bit went down in, it's narrower all the way through, and then it goes up in there. And then the cut ones, they'll be cut all the way back, so there won't be any recess there. But that's how I tell. You won't have these rounded spots on a hand cut dovetail. And that really ages it too, because they started using machines and things, I would say in the 30s and 40s is when routers started becoming popular, when electrical motors were really getting going.
I always look at it, does it look wonky? If so, handmade.
But, all right, so this is gonna glue up, and this board might need some more reinforcement. You can see it's kind of a little wobbly there. I have this space here is what's used. The reason they build it up like this is because they've got these catches on the front of the drawer.
Sorry, keep going on.
That's okay. Oop, the tripod's giving up on me.
My glasses off.
Yeah, you can take your glasses off. I haven't even used the nail gun yet. This is what I wanted to show you. This little catch here is what runs those grooves in. Because you can see this sagged. We need to lift that up. That'll get nailed because you want that running flat. But if you lose these, this is what keeps the drawer from falling out. If you lose these, what I do is I cut a washer in half and I just nail it in. Or sometimes I'll glue a wood block right there where I want the drawer to stop, and the wood block glued down on there, don't even have to nail it, will work pretty well too. I've also seen people just put a nail or a screw in there. Lots of different ways you can fix those. All right, so one drawer down. The other drawer is going to be similar, but I don't have a bottom for it. So I'm just gonna glue the front and the back together, and we'll go from there. I don't even know if I have a back. I might have to make a back for that other one. So this is, I don't know how well this is gonna hold up. Like I said, I'm gonna probably have to reinforce it. What I'll do to reinforce that, since I don't have it here on camera, is I will cut a thin piece of 1/4 inch board to fit in this square, and then I'll just push it down in there, nail it from the top, and then I'll bend those nails over and either grind them or chisel or file them off smooth with a Dremel, something like that. And that would keep that nice and strong and lots more years of use out of it. Because this is in bad shape, guys. It's in bad shape. You gotta get creative sometimes. Oh, let me bring you over here and show you what Jamie did. It's much more interesting than 10 minutes of watching me struggle with the repair.
I don't know about that. I just painted it green and white. It looks like it's ready for St. Patty's Day. Add some red, it's ready for Cinco de Mayo. It actually kind of reminds me of a 5-panel door, but a lot of these old dressers have these insets, which are a great space to decoupage, put a transfer, do a stencil, whatever. Also, I apologize for the sopping wet hair. We now are the proud owners of a pool, and I swim a lot. So I was swimming. In fact, we had like 5 minutes before the live, I hop in at the kitchen, and Zeb's like, you're still in the bathing suit. And I'm like, well, I can't go live in this? So this is my 5-minute face hair situation. Donna, this is Salty Kiss. This is what it looks like dry. You've got a little bit of wet where it gets darker. We'll wax this and then I'll change it a little bit. But I just thought the Salty Kiss would pair nicely with the paper. Zeb, can you grab me that paper over there since I'm sitting on the top?
Yep.
So we've got, so picture this little piece inset into here. And I'm hoping we can do all of these insets with this 2 sheets of paper because that's all we have. So you're gonna have to be very judicious. Is that what the word is?
Mm-hmm.
Cautious? I don't know. I think we can because you can get like 2 pieces. I don't know. Are you ready to inset it or are you doing more repair?
No, I mean, I don't have the back for this drawer. So what I was just gonna show them real quick is the back of the drawer is not dovetailed. So this is the front dovetailed, bottom slides in here. And it also just needs a piece back here. You can see a little bit of it's broken, but this piece here does get nailed in or glued in. The bottom you leave unglued so that it can expand and contract and things.
Yeah, when we cleaned out the garage, whenever that video is on our channel, that was months ago, this wound up going to the shop and it's been sitting there ever since. So it's possible we had all the parts, but now we no longer have all the parts.
And I have this that doesn't even go to this dresser. It was in the drawers. I don't know what it's for.
Just looking to see if there's any questions.
Is that dry? Are we ready to decoupage?
Yeah. Jack, it's his birthday today and he's 7. So if you want to see Jack when he was little, go back like 4 years ago to when he was 3. We have a video called How to Use Wax, I think. And Jack is legit selling you guys DIY wax. It is the cutest thing ever. And he was using the wax with us. It's my favorite Jack video. All right, I'm gonna move out of the way so that way you can do your
I'm gonna spin it around so we've got more room to work in the front here. Since we're showing them.
All right, careful because I just put paint in the back.
Since we can't show them all the complete repairs, I thought I had all the pieces. I don't have the back and I'm missing a bottom. So, I did want to show you guys one more quick thing. Every now and then you'll run into something like this where in the back of the dresser, you see that panel is breaking out there. You can see the gap. I'm not gonna sweat that too much. It's the back side of a dresser. It's gonna be hidden. But you can see this wood is thin and it's just cracked all the way down.
Can we not glue it? Here,
we can probably glue it, but it's thin enough I can bend it. So I just bend them and poke them back in.
That's good.
And that's gonna be fine. It's the back of a dresser. It's gonna be against the wall. If it's not against the wall, that's not on me. I can't help where you put your furniture.
If that repair is offensive to you, you probably should not be watching anymore. But make sure you subscribe.
That's not really repair. I just wanted to show you that you can bend the wood.
I know, but we always get strange comments, so I like to address them ahead of time because I'm saucy like that. All right, I washed you a brush.
We're not repairing this to like restain it and be like a priceless antique. We're painting the whole thing, guys.
Hey, it didn't come over on the main flower, all right?
It's true.
Whoop.
All right. Now for the fun, the decoupage.
So this is a paper here. I designed this paper specifically for the sides of drawers, for the sides of dressers, and so to get the more bang for my buck, I just replicated it top and bottom. So we're gonna go right side up. So how are you gonna make sure this is fitting? Are you gonna like cut it or?
Well, where are those terrible scissors we used in the?
Are they in the knife drawer? We're gonna be using DIY liquid patina. This is the secret sauce. You can really use any top coat that's water-based. However, liquid patina has a little bit more of an open time in it, so it's less likely to rip your paper and it's thicker. So if you want to say bad words less, use liquid patina at JamiRayVintage.com. That's upside down.
All right.
Do you want me to just cut the paper in half to make it easier to work
I
with?
don't
think it
like
will.
the panels. No, the panels
No, I
are
want
gonna
it to be
be
right.
fine.
Oh, but what if it's not square?
Sweetie, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm just getting the dimensions.
Oh. Did you just sweetie me?
I had to. You kept.
Did you just sweetie
You
me?
kept going about how it's upside down, and I don't care.
I just got sweetied. It sounds like a sweet term, but sometimes it's used in a negative way. All right, I guess there's worse things you could call me. This green is an aviary, this is Salty Kiss. Aviary would also work, but I wanted to do something that would play off well with the colors that we have here. So I'm gonna be doing this on the sides. I have not determined what I'm gonna do with the drawers. I don't want it to be a giant green piece. So it might be white drawers and then I might just do just the floral on the side for fun. Or maybe we'll put some, I don't know if are there any transfers that have these colors? I don't think there's any yellow orangey transfers. Maybe we'll stamp them.
It's hard to say.
Stencil them, I haven't decided.
So I'm gonna cut the paper a little bit big, just to make sure that we don't have like white blocks in there.
Ruth and Ruby said, I caught that too. I was like, did he just say sweetie? He did. Look, there's a Xander coming to our house. Maybe he's bringing in the cake. Mariah baked a cake for Jack's birthday and iced it, and Eliza is decorating it today. Jack requested that Eliza bake his cake, so.
Oh, did he?
Oh, there it is. Mariah, your hair looks cute. Thank you. I think they're outside swimming. You can just throw it on the counter. Thank you, ma'am.
This is the hard part, like getting these square.
Birds on the
on
front.
here.
Oh, it would be cute to just paint them white and then do a couple of birds. I have a bird stencil. I could do that on the front.
We also have bird decoupage paper.
We also do, but they don't coordinate.
No, the colors are not as bright. They're very muted.
This paper, ironically, was done. If it fits and it's all the same size, check it. Then you could just cut a bunch in advance, so you don't have to.
I think that'll work.
Yeah, because you can always just use water to cut it off, or a straight knife, or whatever. Are you gonna measure that?
It's not dry in the corner.
Oh look, Mariah's making a cameo with the
Mariah
food cake.
cameo. Okay, so that's gonna go up in there. Oh, I still have my safety
Capes,
vest
this
on.
is a new paper pattern.
This one's new.
This is the new release that just went on the website. We had them as pre-order, but they are now in and shipping to retailers and out. If you ordered paper pre-sale, they're shipping, and then we're shipping them out new orders too. Oh, Ruth and Ruby is decoupaging with us. She's using La Mami Floral on a knife block.
Nice. That's a good use to make a knife block, not look like a knife block on your counter.
Eliza likes to bake when I have free time.
And when it's cold.
It's not, yeah.
Jamie always makes bread a few times in the winter.
So I wanted it to all be floral. Are you gonna put not floral on it? Let me see what that looks like.
This is gonna look good up in here.
Oh,
I think it'll match just fine. It's like half a flower.
I don't know.
Do you not want that?
Yeah, I want it like lots of
Get rid
floral.
of it.
But the problem is you cut the
Here.
top off of that. I would have done the top.
Well, it's in the middle, sweetie.
Well, that's okay. Do that
I
one
had
here
to
and then
sweetie
do
you
that one.
again. You're gonna get that a lot today.
I know. I feel
with the
like.
cutting.
You
Here,
want me to cut?
there's some pattern for you.
I'll let you cut it how you want. I'll decoupage it on there. How's
Well,
that?
you already done messed it up. Just all right. You know what? That's okay. Just do the darker, like the more thick part flowers here, and then we'll do skinny and then thick, and it'll be all right. Mariah's even got a branded shirt on today. Oh, Zeb's not wearing. I can't do
I
this.
am
I
not.
need a flat surface. So.
All of my shirts that I had, because I haven't ordered since I was building the house, are hammered from building the house. And a lot of them got thrown away. All my JRV shirts got thrown away.
This counter is wet. Zeb, I have nowhere to cut.
You just got to cut in the air.
I can't cut finger.
Okay, now the paper's going on. Hopefully all these panels are the same size on the dresser.
You didn't check it?
I visually looked.
I told you to check it. Maybe I need to sweetie you. Sweetie, you need to check it. I'm not so good at cutting shapes.
Okay. All the harder decoupage paper is getting it cut the right size, right? And then put your medium down. I like to put it a little bit thinner so I don't get as much bubbling and wrinkles in the paper. And then go back over the top. And when that dries, that'll be on there until you don't want it to be on there. And you got to sand it off because it's not going to come off peeling it. It is now part of the dresser, and it'll lighten up as it dries a little bit. It'll get back more white.
Here you go. Here's the top of that one. That'll look good. We'll do the top and then top, and then I'll do a top on there because this is 2 pieces too.
Okay.
I think that's good.
All right. Just here. You got crooked on your cut though, so careful with that.
That was the one you cut.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually because this is the one I just did.
I can take it. I can cut crooked.
You can dish it out and you can take it.
Yep.
Look, we have like perfectly right in the middle a flower, so we'll have to use this for something else.
Okay. So when this gets sanded and distressed, all these little overages where the paper's not exactly the right size, that'll get fixed. Like I'm not going to worry about cutting that.
Distressing hides a multitude of sins.
Yeah, and it'll make it look like it's been part of the piece for a lot longer if we cut that and if we distress it versus cutting it. This is perfect for these panels. I do like how the flower extends, even though it's not exactly symmetrical. I like how it continues on up.
Okay, so these ones aren't cut. It's super great.
What?
Fair warning. I couldn't show you up and cut that.
Oh, you can see that pretty good.
I think this one goes.
We'll get back to comments in just a second here, guys.
This one goes with that one. Does that match up? Yes.
Yep.
And then this is the top piece.
Okay. All right. Go check the comments. I'm sure we've got some.
All right, and that one goes on top. So yeah, that one's not great, but it fits.
The
in.
really nice thing about this paper, though, is that it's really thin. So if you mess up, it's easy to sand and kind of manipulate and do what you want to do.
And to give you an idea of how much you get, like we did all 5 panels, and we still have this much paper left over. So if you're careful, you can really do a lot of projects with it and save all your little scrappy doos for small home decor pieces.
So at this point, some people may be upset when they're watching the replay, when they're not live. This is a live stream video, and it's not going to get all complete in this video. We're just showing you the steps. You're going to have to imagine it or check community back. So if you're watching this 5 years from now, I'm sorry, it might be hard to find the post where we show it complete.
Did my mom come in?
Yeah, she did.
We'll put it on the thumbnail. I usually try to update the thumbnail when I put the picture. So they want to see the cake. I mean, it's just crumb coated, but apparently they want to see it, so it's coming out. Where did it go?
This on the dryer.
Are you ready? We're gonna have slow pan Jack's birthday cake. It's not decorated yet. Oh, my mom walked by a few times.
When you cut into it, it's checkered.
Nice.
Jack is one of the best kids to give presents to, because you could give him something from the dollar store or you can give him something amazing, and it's all the same reaction. He loves presents.
Which reminds me, Caitlin sent him and Redrick Target gift cards, so I need to print those out.
Oh, nice.
So I can have that at the
That's
party.
easy.
Yeah.
They'll go on a little shopping spree at Target. Okay.
What do you use for the paper to stick? So we're using liquid patina. Back in the day, the name of the game was Mod Podge. But you remember when you Mod Podged and it was all like goopy and sticky and looked like plastic, and then if it got hot, you were out of luck? We've grown up a little bit and we moved on to a product just called Liquid Patina. This is a top coat decoupage medium and transfer gel. You can do image transfers with it. And we sell it at JRVvintage.com. You can also use DIY's Big Top or Sweet Pickins Top Coat, but the Liquid Patina is really the best. The only time liquid patina isn't the best is if you're dealing with a lot of humidity. You might want to top coat it when you're all done with Big Top, because liquid patina doesn't seem to set up as well when it's really humid. But I would still recommend using it for decoupage, and then when you're all finished, just throw on some Big Top and let it cure.
Yeah, it doesn't get as hard in the humidity when it's like it doesn't cure hard.
Caitlin says, I guess I could have done that. Caitlin, you might still be printing them if I forget to do it today. You'll have to print it when you get here to the party.
They're gonna get printed on cardstock because we're out of
Oh, really? It'll be special. Caitlin's coming to the party too. Jack is blessed with lots of boy cousins, so it doesn't.
Oh man, like both sides of the family, tons of boy cousins.
Yeah, 3 boys with Mariah's family, 2 boys with Caitlin, and then Zeb's cousin Lydia has 2 boys, so we've got all the cousins coming and a couple of friends from school. And Jack has requested Costa Vida. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like Mexican food. But I don't know how many little boys eat Mexican food on a regular basis. Like his friends sometimes are kind of picky, so we'll see. At least he didn't ask for sushi.
All I know is I'm gonna be eating leftovers for a couple days, and I'm not gonna be sad about it.
Yeah, I ordered enough food for 20 people, but that's because I figured there's gonna be adults eating it, and I might just make some quesadillas for the kids.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be plenty of adults here with all these little boys.
Caitlin says, send it to me after the live and I'll print it. All right, I'll try to remember. How old is Jack? He turned 7, and 7's a big kid. We don't have any
Going into
babies around
second
here
grade.
anymore. Yep. Started football practice last night.
Okay, this is the last one, right?
Yeah.
You can see the cuts. Don't sweat it. Like just go for it.
Oh, why are you gonna show him my cuts, man?
I want to show them because the end result's going to be amazing, and I think some people really get eye twitches out there when stuff's not even. And I'm an eye twitch guy, but I've had to learn to just let things go, because the end result when we distress and sand it and put the waxes on, don't pull that. Just leave it till we distress it.
Okay. Well, I gotta fix this edge.
It doesn't matter until it's all the way done. Like once it's all the way done, then it'll all look good and cohesive together. And we've done so many pieces like that. I'm like, all right, I can't worry about that. I just have to go to the end result.
I'm blocking it. Sorry. There's a few spots where the patina got around the edge, and I want the finish to be the same. And I'm probably not gonna seal it with a liquid top coat. I'm gonna seal it with like a wax. Wax is really my favorite thing to seal things with. People always ask me about top coats, and I'm like, yeah, I use that for dining room tables and kitchen cabinets, not really dressers. I mean, how much wear is the side of a dresser gonna get? Sometimes I'll put a liquid top coat on the top of a dresser, but I'm not really worried about it on the side. I'm fixing this, and then you're sitting here.
Well, we're just gonna seal it.
Yeah. It's
Once you put the top sealer on there, it won't matter.
okay.
Do you wanna?
What are we gonna do on the drawers?
So we have a
I
few.
just dropped a whole bunch of.
Yeah, get away with the paint.
It's alright. It's alright. I
Back
just told them
away.
that you don't have eye twitches anymore, but I think I might cause you eye twitches.
I have to just let things. Stop it. Like, what are you doing?
Well, there is white paint that got on here, and I'm just fixing it. This is a lesson this is like a marriage lesson, like how to do a project with your spouse.
Okay, let's do some drawers.
All right, walk away from the project. Okay.
So these are the intact drawers. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. Still has a couple of issues. You see what I'm talking about? If you were here with us earlier, you don't glue the slider in, you nail it in. And this one, the nails are loose, so it's gonna need some new nails. We'll do that later.
Do it off camera. Angela said, sweetie.
Sweetie, it's gonna be the new thing.
I guess today is a sweetie day.
Sweetie, did you just cut that crooked? Did you do that?
I feel like it's like we're saying, knock it off, you little turd, but instead we're saying sweetie, and that's the secret to 20 years of marriage. And 6 years of being self-employed together.
Hey, wait.
What?
Are you gonna decoupage it with the?
I'm not decoupaging it at all. I'm just gonna paint them white, and then I was thinking we could do some stenciling or something in the middle. I don't know.
What if-
Around the edge. What do you think?
What if we
What if what?
paint these like the white color, and
Yeah.
then we decoupage this
No,
like that
that's weird.
strip? Is it weird,
It
guys?
is.
Is that weird? Is it
Mariah's
weird?
shaking her head no, so you can't win against two Ray women.
All right, I'll leave the nuts on then, since you were just painting.
Yeah, I was planning on painting them white, but you can finish painting the rest of
The base is going
base
green, right?
green, yeah.
Okay, let's flip this back around so we can show them some stuff and clear our mess off.
So let me get one painted because we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do on these drawers to coordinate with the decoupage paper.
Jane says it's a little weird. All right, Jane.
Jane
I
says-
won't
Jane
decoupage.
Brown
I won't
knows
decoupage
weird.
it there.
Wait, listen to Jane.
Jane dropped some wisdom on me. She's like, no, don't do it.
I always love it when I say something and Zeb doesn't listen, but then somebody else, like Jane, says something and is like, oh, you might be right. I'm
It's
like,
my
"Listen."
job. It's my job as a creator to challenge you and
To
make you
challenge you.
question all the things.
I'm gonna challenge you. All right, let's get this.
Okay. I'm not gonna wipe it, guys. I'm not.
You're not gonna wipe it. Oh, you're such a rebel.
It's gonna give it texture and help stuff
It's clay
stick.
paint. The paint in itself has dirt in it, so it's all the same.
What color are we going on the top? Are we gonna sand that down?
Nope. I was just gonna paint it. I think we have a lot going on here, so I feel like just painting it green is good. What do you
So
think?
the top is also just gonna
Or
go.
do you want to just, is it good enough that we could just do dark and decrepit? Because I do like a
The
decently
top
shaded
is
top.
chipping pretty badly.
All right, let's just paint
It
it.
sat
green.
out in the weather and in the garage.
Try to get nice straight brush strokes, but I'm failing at life here. All right, I'm gonna find some sort of stencil situation. What?
Jana says, feisty sweeties today.
Feisty sweetie. It's every day. Zeb usually controls it on camera. Me, not so much. All right, so what about doing the folklorico, Zeb, just on the sides of each door in the salty kiss? So this, I'm thinking about using this stencil. Does this match up with the paper? Because it kind of looks like
It does
marigolds.
look a little bit like it.
Yeah, I think so. I
What
hope,
color are you gonna
if
use?
you
I got some
if
green
you
in
like
there,
really
so-
bright colors, consider buying this dresser because it's not really gonna match my shop. But people always say I paint things boring, so I'm bringing the fun today. I can paint stuff bright. I know how. Actually, Zeb and I were talking the other day. You know, we get a lot of guff for painting a lot of French country and neutral, but we also do bright stuff. But I'm like, have you ever seen Dion paint French country? A long time ago, if you go back about 6-7 years, she did. But Debbie, she did paint that one dresser white that one time. She made a video on it.
Is that the one that she put all the shells on though?
No, oh, there was that one, and then she did the other dresser, and she's like, why is painting white hard, or something like that, like, how to solve problems. Because you sometimes get bleed through with white.
You can get, like, this salty kiss, if there's bleed through, it'll show. It shows up darker.
If
like
it's
a
like
greasy
greasy.
stain.
But not necessarily tannins. All right, I'm gonna dry this so I can second coat it and start stenciling.
Okay, I'll do the same. I'm just gonna go green on the top.
Oh, I wonder if we have the wildflower stencil.
Oh, that would be
Might be
good. We
fun.
probably do, but good luck finding it.
Do you want me to look at
Yeah, if you wanna go look for
Yeah,
it.
you wanna go? No, I think the folklorico on the side though.
Are you just gonna do it on the sides?
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too busy. Because if nobody buys it and it does have to live at my shop for a while, then I need to look good. I'll just white wax it all.
So Kai wants to know, she says, Zeb, what 4 pieces sold at the shop? What's selling local for you guys?
A clock,
So we sold a clock, we sold the
a
desk,
nightstand, a desk, and the big
nightstand.
tall dresser to your mom.
and then the big tall dresser, that tall boy that we didn't paint is going to my mother. So that one's kind of cheating. That was easy.
She was going to pay us for it.
She
I
was
would
gonna
give
she
it
was
to
gonna
her.
pay me, and I'm like, Mom, just take it. I need to put a different dresser here anyway.
Yeah, you haven't sent her a Mother's Day present in like 10 years.
I sent her a clock that I did. That
Oh,
was
that's
the,
true.
I sent her the craft kit clock.
I did the same thing to my mom.
Okay. You see how great that Salty Kiss covers? That's one coat. I just have to kind of wait for that to dry for a minute.
All right, I'm gonna have to second coat this drawer and then we can stencil.
All right, I'll be on comments for a second. So what stencil was that?
Folklorico.
It's, yeah.
It's actually folklorico, but I'm gonna pronounce it the way you're probably gonna try to spell it.
So we used it yesterday and
Folklorico.
didn't wash it. This happens a lot. Where we just were like, oh look, we can see what design that is
It
really
actually
good there.
works well for farmhouse too. Like we did it on that bench. We painted the little bench from Saturday and aviary, and then we did the stencil on top and distressed it. It was so cute. If you look on my photos, there's a picture of the stuff before I put it in the car. You can show them.
Oh,
I like put it in stories yesterday, but I know not everybody sees that.
what picture are you talking about?
I took a picture of all the stuff we finished from the thrift haul, and I put it in
Oh.
the stories yesterday.
There's a lot of other pictures on here
Hey,
since
you know,
then.
I take a lot of
This one's
photos.
good.
What?
This one's good.
Is it the wildflower?
So this, you can see it
Wildflowers.
kind of down here. This was in stories if you missed it. But that's that little stool bench that I got thrifting. And we did that all on the top, the folklorico.
Yeah, Zed was much better at stenciling than me, but I sanded it and you couldn't tell what he did and what I did.
Yeah, it didn't look any different. So we're gonna do that on here. What color are we gonna do that in Salty
I was
Kiss?
thinking salty kiss, don't you think? Or do we want to do it in like orange or pink or kissing booth?
If you're just joining, let me show you what we're really doing here. We did a couple drawer repairs real fast.
I was thinking
But
salty.
this is really what the video's about. So we've got, now that they're drying, they're getting pretty vibrant. How cool is that? $6.95. You can have this paper too. Free shipping on JRVvintage.com. It'll come right to you pretty quick. They're in stock.
All right, what did you find?
What'd you
that's
find,
what
Mariah?
Folklorico, yeah. I think we're just gonna, no, well, there's one that's wildflowers, but let's just use that folklorico. We have a couple of them.
We have this one also.
This one's really
That's just with more paint, same stencil.
Is this the same stencil?
Yes.
No, it's not.
different.
It's different.
It's a set of two. That's why, sorry. It comes in a set of two. I should know because I'm the designer, but I have a lot of stencils.
You can tell I had a lot of fun. Oh, Caitlin wants to make sure that you know that everything is not free shipping because DIY paint and
Oh,
products, we can't ship those free based off of our retailer agreement with DIY paint.
But all of our stencils and the paper. The paper's free shipping. Caitlin responds to all the emails, so she keeps us in line. To the people that said, I tried to order, but DIY wasn't free shipping.
We also have these. This is a mini pack that could look good with these. You can tell we're the best at taking care of our stuff. I don't think we've used this stencil in probably a month.
If I soaked it, it's DIY paint, it come off.
Yeah, the DIY paint comes right off of this. So we also have these. This is like a berry
Okay, I'm
and
just
then
gonna
lavender.
dry the edges because that's where we're gonna be stenciling it. I'm not gonna worry about the middle.
So I was the green, the Salty Kiss on here. I was looking at it, I'm like, is that gonna go with those flowers? I think it actually pairs really well with these.
I think it will, and I was gonna tell them if you use a heat gun and your paint's kind of thick, I put this on pretty thick, you will get crackle in your DIY paint. So you can show them that up close if you want to, and then you can get started stenciling and I will finish painting
You want me to stencil this?
these drawers.
Where's the crackle? Oh, right there in the middle, you can see
There's
it.
some on the far left side too.
You can see the little bit of crackle from the heat gun. Cheryl Atkinson says she just covered a piano bench with one of our papers.
Oh,
That's
fun.
awesome.
Well,
Piano benches are hard to find around here. You guys saw what bad shape ours was in, and then it got super, if you watched the video from Monday, it got a ton of crackle and chipping, and we just went with it. I love the way it turned out. I'm gonna bring you guys up here. Jamie's painting this other side. I'm gonna bring you up here so we can show you the stencil. What stencils did we
We have
decide?
9 more minutes.
9 more minutes. All right. What stencil do you want to do on
I
here?
want to do folklorico, but I just want to do it on the side.
Do
so
we
I'm
want
gonna
to do
use
any of
that.
these mini ones that Mariah
No,
hunted up?
I just want to use this one.
Just that one.
Do you
All
want to
right.
do all the stenciling the same all the way up, or do different on every
I'm gonna
drawer?
push it all the way to right there.
Do we want to do different on every side of the drawer or the same? I think the same. I vote same.
All right, let me grab a stencil brush.
There's 800 stencil brushes in this cupboard.
Can you grab me one? I like that new one that we've been using. And I also think,
You're leaving Xander? Okay, that's fine. He seems to be fine. He's swimming. Although I'm surprised he's swimming after swim practice.
okay, can you guys even see? Oh, can't even see. I'm over here talking to myself. Yeah, the crackle turned out good. It's a fun effect. If you want to get that when your paint's still dry, put it on thick, and the DIY paint with a heat gun, it'll do it every time.
Yeah, it's not tiny crackle. It's usually big crackle. And I think the other thing that helps too is how old this finish is underneath.
I could swirl, but I'm having to hold it with one hand, and it's like raised on one end, so I'm just gonna pounce.
I set down my white paint brush somewhere. All the way over here.
If I had this taped down nice and it wasn't like bowed because it's hanging over the edge, total swirl application on this.
Somebody said paint the knobs green. I think I would, but I like a good white knob. So I'm gonna stick with it.
We might distress them and then
Worst
bring
case
some of that
scenario,
dark
I
back.
just paint the tops green and distress them. You don't have to paint the sides and the top the same color. I'm just back here. Paint the white.
So this is probably gonna get inverted because I'm not gonna, if you wanted to do it exact same on both sides, wash the stencil, flip it, and then you have the inverse of it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's cool.
Or just do the other side of the stencil, sweetie. Like.
It's
the
not
other
the
side.
same.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Oh, I guess it is over here on this side.
Yeah.
So this corner and this corner are the same, and this corner and this corner are the same. All right. I'll come around over here on this side. We're gonna get one drawer and one side finished.
Hey, you know what? We do what we can. That's what a live 1 hour video, what do you expect?
I'm gonna have to scooch this over.
Well, we're gonna finish today, and then we will put it up on community, and I'll change the thumbnail. If you guys haven't seen last week's Waste Not Wednesday, I put up the mermaid.
She finally finished her
Decoupage.
mermaid decoupage frame.
Mermaids are hard for me. Like, that's not my jam. I don't normally do coastal. I don't do boho. And so it takes me a little bit to figure it out. I've never used those making powders before. I don't generally paint stuff purple. It's a little bit of a stretch. But it's good to do things that stretch you. Sometimes it's also good to do things that you know.
Okay, so throughout the day, we're gonna get the rest I'll go to the hardware store, get the rest of the wood I need to fix the bottom of these drawers, and then I will we'll get a picture of this up so you guys can see it on community. Get it all done and tightened up and glued together. Distressed, sealed, all the things. And in the meantime, we also got to get ready for Jack's birthday party. But that's not until this evening. That'll be easy.
So a little pro tip, if you were doing the same dresser and you were using the same papers, if you painted the whole thing white and you decoupaged the papers and then you distressed the papers and sealed those with white wax, you could get a much more French country look. So you can use the same products, change up the colors and the techniques, and get different looks. Because I think sometimes people think, like, looking at that paper, oh, that's really just a boho, bright, floral, whatever situation, but you can make things look different ways depending on the way you work on your project.
All right, let me.
Oh, that's cute. I might do the knob screen. Let's see what happens if I paint the knob green.
Hold on. Okay, paint it. I was gonna slide it in, but that's fine. I don't need the knobs. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna leave the rest of it white and just paint just the.
Oh, Carolyn asked earlier, and I saw her comment, and I forgot to talk about it. She asked if white furniture still sells best.
It's like 6s. I can't say that it does because we just sold the white and yellow desk, and I have a white dresser that hasn't sold in
All right,
forever.
I think this is one of these top drawers.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll even go in now.
Ooh, squeaky. All right.
Oh, that's gonna look great.
Well, let me get the other.
It does look like it's winking at me though with the one knob.
Yeah, I'll fix it. I got this. It does need 2 coats, and then we'll distress it to bring some of that white through. And
You know, I
think
know
it's
this is folklorico, but it has like a kind of like a Swedish vibe with the coloring.
Oh, totally a Swedish vibe. We actually just thrifted that rooster picture we thrifted that we're gonna have on Saturday has some of these flowers on it. Show them the side though, so they get the full
You guys get the full effect.
of the situation. So we've got the floral on the side. We're bringing the floral through, but we're not. I mean, you could decoupage the drawers too, but I think that would be just like a little bit too much. So this is good. It's gonna be a fun, bright dresser. I think no matter where you put this, it's gonna make it a fun space. Especially, I love to do pieces like this because in the winter, I get a little bit of seasonal depression because it gets so dark. So I like bright, fun pieces that can bring that into it. And I think, especially like in a sunroom, maybe this would be good.
Yeah, it's summertime right now, so it's just summer vibes is what we got going on.
All kinds
And
of
this
summer
this new paper is one of our. We did a whole bunch of like old kind of vintage prints and things for this decoupage release, and then we have this paper that's, you know, we were looking out for you guys that love the bright, fun flowers.
I threw this together specifically for Debbie. So real quickly before we go, Denise Shoup would like us to show the top of the decor on top of our fridge.
Oh.
Fun fact, it's not really decorated. I literally have just thrown that stuff up
That's
there.
just been
Except
tossed
for
up there.
the sheep and the goats, I did organize that.
And then a
Everything
peek in
else
the
just
pantry.
sits there.
Here, we'll show you a high. I still have to trim that corner out. That's that corner above the fridge. But
All right, guys.
a couple of stencils and one paper, and I think we're getting a little bit of paint. Like this dresser, because of the way we're painting it, you could probably get away with a sample of each color to do a dresser this size. Maybe a pint, because the front of the drawer faces are going to take a little bit more. If you, with the white, you might have to do 2 coats, but I honestly think you could get away with a sample of each color on this size dresser.
It's also fun if you want to take it a step further, you can let the decoupage paper dry, sand it, and then do a fun stencil over the top of the decoupage paper. So lots of things that you can do. Visit JamiRayVintage.com for the paint and products used today, and stay tuned to JRVHome.com. We will list this in our furniture section. If you're ever interested in buying furniture pieces, if you go to JRV Home in the furniture section, all the pieces include shipping to the 48 contiguous states, and we can ship anything to you guys. So,
Yep.
All right. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Catch you guys later.
Save all the junk.